Now, we saw those strong storms last night in Franklin and Delaware, but the question is, are we going to see rain tonight? Let's bring in Ross Caruso. Ross?
Yeah, nothing compared to what we saw yesterday, so we don't have to worry about that. And certainly some pretty strong storms that rolled through, even just sub-severe, where we saw a lot of trees down, of course. Didn't really see winds exceed 60 miles an hour, which is typically the ticket when we do happen to see a severe thunderstorm warning. So still can have some damage out there, despite not looking at a ton of severe thunderstorm warnings. And fortunately, that's something we're not going to have to worry about for us this evening, although very humid out. Dew points are into the low 70s. At least we have a light breeze for the time being out of the north to kind of combat some of the mugginess that we have into the air. For the most part, pretty much everybody hanging out into the low 80s and or into the mid to upper 70s. We're going to continue to hang out here probably for the next few hours, and then for the most part, everyone will be falling into the mid 70s by the time we get to start to see a lot of those fireworks fire off later tonight. Satellite and radar, though, still pretty active. We've been tracking this weak circulation gradually move through, and just with the humidity that we have in place, it's just enough for these showers and a few isolated storms to pop up. Lightning detectors on right now. Not seeing a whole lot of lightning, which is definitely a good sign, but you can see we're looking at a lot of these showers developing to the north and west, gradually pushing to the south and east. By the time we head into tonight, 8, 9 o'clock. Probably will have a few isolated showers around, but for the most part, the rain's going to be pretty much done, at least the intense rain that we're looking at. And you can see just south of Columbus, we do have some showers that are still moving through the area, right over towards Pickerington as well. That'll gradually move towards the south and east and through parts of northern Fairfield County. Just a brief light shower up and around New Albany. So for the remainder of the evening, we'll continue to see a few isolated showers, maybe an occasional rumble of thunder before 8, 9 o'clock. After 8, that's when we're probably going to see a lot of this rain weaken. And at that point, here we are, model still hinting at a small amount of rain by around 10 o'clock, where we'll see a lot of those firework displays take place. Again, it looks like mainly dry conditions, but a small chance we could have a stray shower linger through into the early part of the night. And then things will be clearing up for us heading into the overnight hours going into your Tuesday, which could see some fog again, but for the most part, it will be a little cooler. Temperatures in the mid to upper 60s. Tomorrow, it will be hotter. Temperatures will be climbing in the mid to upper 80s for us. We'll see a mix of sun and clouds and a small chance where we could see an isolated shower or storm pop up. But afterwards, into the morning, once the fog begins to lift, we'll then see a mix of sun and clouds going into the afternoon. 2 o'clock, still looking pretty nice. Small chance for a pop-up shower or storm, mainly because we have a decent amount of humidity in place, and just with the heating of the day, not in place where we could see a couple isolated storms. But again, much like today, after 8, 9 o'clock, things should start to weaken with that, as most of this activity is driven by that of the sun. And speaking of that, that's something that's going to be driving our heat index values well into the 80s for us tomorrow. Highs will be in the mid to upper 80s, but feeling like it's in the low 90s. So definitely want to make sure that you're staying cool and hydrated for the 4th of July. And then as we head into the rest of the week, things are going to be very toasty for us. As we head into your Wednesday, highs will be near 90 degrees. More showers, potential storms going into the day on Thursday, and then starting to clear up heading into the weekend. Right now, it's looking pretty dry Friday into Saturday, with more unsettled weather returning by the end of the weekend.